A novelty match between the world-class puncher Francis Ngannou and boxing's heavyweight champion Tyson Fury has been fixed for October 28th in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. It will be a clash of titans from two parts of combat sports. The duo have agreed that the contest should be based on boxing rules. Will Francis be able to stand against Tyson in the ring? What impact does this fight have on the boxing profession?
Or will he have to sacrifice power for speed to actually be able to catch Tyson Fury?
Believe it or not, many people are willing to spend money on these novelty fights. Promoters and fighters know this. As much as true fight fans want to see the best contenders and champions face each other in the ring or cage, these novelty fights make more money. This is why we get to see this kind of fight regularly. But do these MMA fighters think that they can win inside the ring, rather than winning in their bank accounts? Fury is a professional boxer who has been boxing since he was a child, and this would be Francis' first pro boxing match. It's not difficult to tell how the fight might go, but in combat sports, anything is possible. However, taking a closer look at the two fighters, it becomes even more obvious that Francis is almost like a watered-down Deontay Wilder in the boxing world.
Here, as we get into round 11 where it was stopped.
This is where the right hand comes across. Like I said, that right hand comes across on the left side of Deontay and catches him.
Similar power, but a weaker skill set. Tyson Fury has a higher chance of taking this one. For Francis to come out of this ring alive and with his self-esteem in place, he has to start training hard. Francis needs to work with his fitness coach to last the 12 rounds. Engaging in many sparring sessions with credible people will help him prepare. Then he has to work on his movement to make them more tactical. Francis' atomic bomb punch should be illuminated from the plans. It will be better for the Cameroonian to focus on improving his movement and lasting 12 rounds. An idea that might work as a plan at a basic level is to keep boxing, jabbing, and not use too much energy. Then when the right opportunity is in sight, he can use his powerful punch to overwhelm Tyson.
Known to load up on his punches, Tyson Fury is going to see that thing coming from a mile away. And that's why I say Francis Ngannou is going to have to sacrifice some power for speed to actually be able to land punches.
When one contestant is not sufficiently trained or experienced in boxing and therefore not expected to win on boxing terms, then the other contestant should be expected to accept the counter challenge on the underdog mixed martial arts terms. Otherwise, the match becomes a patronizing exhibition that puts the underdog on show. There is no provision for a counter challenge on mixed martial arts terms because Fury would not stand a chance. Sadly, this is what the challenge on boxing terms only does to Ngannou, patronizing him by putting him on the show as the underdog with no chance. The very absence of any possibility of a follow-up mixed martial arts bout makes the boxing bout challenge against an inexperienced boxer a self-serving on Fury's behalf. While it seems like Fury will easily have the upper hand, we must also acknowledge that Francis has the advantage of surprise. Francis has surely seen Fury's boxing style, but no one has seen Francis box.
Enough in the first two fights, and when he does get close, he's taking a gamble.
However, Francis has the disadvantages of hardly any boxing experience and a low ring IQ. As that comes with experience, he has maybe a 1.5% chance of victory. Will the MMA icon be able to change the whole perception? Most boxing fans are not too pleased with this boxing matchup. To them, it isn't good for boxing. Francis might mistakenly knock Tyson off and disgrace the boxing world. Tyson Fury is the best of this era. With his combined attributes, he is almost like someone that went into a boxing skills buffet and picked up all the good stuff, such as speed, agility, good power, chin, height, reach, and stamina. Francis' only chance is to get Fury in the first or second round. Early in the first two rounds, with a monster punch where he can knock down Fury and have enough time to hurt him again and not get tied up by Fury. It will be difficult for Francis to achieve this without fundamental boxing skills. You can know how to box and still not have the skills hardwired into you. This takes a lot of constant training to get the mind and body to just react with pure boxing in mind. There is that mental chatter that every boxer has to overcome. and it has always been the downfall of most MMA fighters. When fighting a boxer, much less an elite boxer, which is the only reason these lucrative fights are made, only a handful of MMA fighters have their boxing caliber, like Nate Diaz, a Golden Gloves champ before he went into pure MMA. But even Nate would have issues going against the skilled speedster of boxing. It would be a blowout. It takes some time to recalibrate your kill box distance in boxing. That's the distance your extended punches take to feel that thudding impact. It's the difference between half an inch and 1 inch of padding in MMA gloves versus as much as 4 to 5 inches with boxing gloves. It takes a lot of recalibration from MMA to boxing to be effective. The fight between these two giants of combat sports will take place in a regulation boxing ring under boxing rules, including 3 ringside judges using the 10-point must system.
Amazing. We talked a lot about the movement and cardio of Cyril Gane. You want to attack it? This is how you do it.
Some key facts remain unclear about the match, like the number of rounds, whether Fury's WBC heavyweight title will be on the line, and whether the fight will count toward their professional boxing records. WBC President Mauricio Suleiman revealed that Fury received special permission to fight Ngannou as no official challenger exists. Suleiman said Fury tried to close fights against Andy Ruiz, Anthony Joshua, and Alexander Usyk, but no agreements were reached.
Fury, we're not sure what's going on with him at the moment. I think he's struggling with an opponent. Can you fill us in on that?
Well, he's a victim. He's a victim of being the greatest fighter of today.
The pair had earlier indicated interest to fight in April 2022, sharing the ring after Fury's 6th-round TKO victory over Dillian Whyte in London to retain his WBC heavyweight title. Fury called out Francis and claimed that he had been on his hit list in an exhibition fight. In December, the 34-year-old Englishman returned for a trilogy battle with Derek Chisora, a 10th-round stoppage win to retain the top spot in ESPN's heavyweight rankings.
Yeah, ESPN.
Is this your next fight?
I'm the boxing heavyweight champion, UFC heavyweight champion. He's in great shape. Look at the muscles on him.
Fury was in talks to meet Usyk for the undisputed heavyweight championship in April at London's Wembley Stadium, but negotiations collapsed in March. Now, ESPN's no 7 pound-for-pound boxer will meet one of the most recognizable names in combat sports in a star-studded event in the Middle East. Francis last competed in January 2022 when he retained his UFC heavyweight championship with a unanimous decision victory over Cyril Gane at UFC 270. That turned out to be Francis' final bout in the octagon. After he couldn't reach terms on a contract extension with the UFC, Francis parted ways with the MMA organization in January. Now, he's set to make his boxing debut, realizing a lifelong dream he set out to accomplish when he fled Cameroon for France at age 26. In March, Ngannou, 36, underwent surgery to repair his MCL and ACL. 2 months later, he signed a deal with the PFL that also allowed him to box. Although we all need to keep an open mind, there is a higher probability that Francis will be on the floor all night. Winning against decades of boxing within such a short time will be a big challenge. The beautiful thing about this bout is that Francis will learn something new from it and earn a lot of money. Who do you think will win in this fight? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. If you found this content valuable, remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. We'll see you in the next one.